Okay. Hello, mic check. So ayan, good morning guys. Welcome sa Solid Geometry. Last time yung diniscuss natin is plane geometry. So about yun po sa mga 2D planes. Pero pagdating sa solids, or 3D, solid geometry naman tayo. Okay. Start? Let's start na. So ano ba yung solid geometry? Ano ba yung solid geometry na tinatawag? So solid geometry ay tinatawag rin siya as solid mensuration and it is the geometry of three-dimensional space. Okay? Pag sa geometry ng two-dimensional, plane tayo. Pero pagdating sa three-dimensional, solid geometry na. Okay? Then it is the study of various solids, measure of volume, area, height, length, and many more. Okay po. And usually, pagdating sa ano, measure of area, okay, pagdating sa sa tawag dito, sa solid geometry, dinidiscuss na din natin yung surface area. Surface area. Okay, hindi lang siya area. Ano ibig sabihin ng area? Yung area ng plane, di ba? Pero pag surface area, okay, pag surface area is yung total area mismo nung surface ng mismong solid. Okay po. It could be lateral surface area, ano yung surface lang na nag-enclose dun sa isang solid na yon or pwedeng total surface area which is yung lahat ng surface area ng solid. Hindi lang yung nag-enclose sa kanya, kundi pati na rin yung upper sa lower base. Okay po. Next, polyhedrons. Polyhedrons are solids whose faces are plane polygons. It is a 3D equivalent ng polygon. Ano? So, nabubuo yung polyhedron using polygons. Okay po. Ang mangyayari dyan, halimbawa, meron tayong sample polygon. Let's say, for example, triangle. Then, kapag gumawa tayo ng 3D equivalent ng polygon na yon, it could be a prism, it could be a prism or pyramid. Ano? So, anong ba ng pyramid? Ganito. Okay? So, usual ang pyramid. Ano yan eh? May base yan na, ano ba tawag dito? So, may base siya. Pero pag prism, di malito. Malito yung example natin na una. So, ito, pyramid to eh. Okay? So, ito na may example ng prism. Okay. So, ayan. And regular polyhedrons are those solids with all its faces identical regular polygons. So, ano ba yung mga popular na polyhedrons natin? Meron tayong tetrahedron, which is yung drawing ko kanina. Okay? So, ganito siya. So, lahat ng face niyan is triangle. Then we have hexahedron or cube. Okay? All six face ng hexahedron is square. Then octahedron naman for octagon, dodecahedron, and icosahedron. Okay? So, yan po yung mga example niyan. Okay? And prisms naman. So, prisms is a polyhedron with two faces, bases parallel and congruent, and whose remaining faces or lateral faces are parallelograms. And every section parallel to the base has the same area as the base. Okay. So, wait lang. Yan po yung example natin ng prism. Kung titingnan natin, yung upper sa lower base, same lang siya. So, anong shape ditong upper and lower base natin? Kung makikita ninyo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, meron tayong 5 sides. Therefore, pentagon po ito, yung base natin. How about itong lateral face? So, ito po yung lateral face natin. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, lima. And yung sides niya is in a shape of parallelogram. Okay po. And yan yung formula natin for the volume ng prism, yung general formula that is equal to the area ng base. Kukunin natin yung area ng base nito. For example, itong pentagon, area ng pentagon times the height niya, denoted as h. Then for the lateral area naman, Okay, yung lateral area is yung area na nag-enclose dito. Okay, sa prism na to. Okay? At kung titingnan natin, lateral area is the summation ng mga area nito. So, anong shape ba ito? So, we have rectangle or parallelogram. Ano? Then, kukunin natin yung area nitong isa, then imumultiply natin sa kung ilang rectangle yung makikita natin laterally dito sa prism na to. Right? Then, for the total surface area naman, once na nakuha natin yung lateral area, i-add natin dito sa dalawang base na to. So, meron tayong base sa baba, then meron tayong base sa taas. Ipag-add natin yan. So, yan po yung summation ng bases natin plus lateral area. Okay? Then, yan, right prism. It is a prism where its lateral faces is perpendicular to the base. And the oblique prism naman is where lateral faces are not perpendicular to the base. So, anong pinagkaiba niyan? So, ito pong una, ito po yung right prism. Okay po. So, yung lateral face yan, so ito yung lateral, isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat. Ano, perpendicular po yan sa base natin, which is ito. Okay, ito yung lateral, lateral yan, lateral, then lateral. Right? Then pagdating naman sa oblique, tabingi siya. Hindi na perpendicular sa base. Okay, ito yung base natin. Ito yung lateral, lateral face. Same din ito. Then ito, then ito. Okay? So tabingi na siya. Yan yung pinagkaiba natin ng right sa oblique prism. Then, cylinder, it is a prism with two circular base. Kung makikita natin, meron tayong dalawang circular base. Okay? Isa sa baba, then isa sa taas. And ano yung formula natin for the cylinder? We have volume is equal to area ng base times the height. Okay? Ito po yung height natin ng cylinder. Then yung area ng base natin, that is equal to the area ng circle. Anong formula natin for the area ng circle? That is equal to pi r squared. Then multiply na lang natin sa h para makuha natin yung volume ng cylinder. Then for the lateral area naman, ito po yung lateral area na yan. Ano yung nag-enclose na portion na to? Okay, that is equal to the circumference ng circle. Ito. Circumference ng circle yan, di ba? 2 pi r times the height ng cylinder. Then for the total surface area naman, i-multiply natin sa dalawa yung area ng base kasi magkasing shape lang siya eh. Circle din ito, circle din ito. Then i-add natin sa lateral area para makuha natin yung total surface area. Okay po? Next, pyramid. So pyramid is a polyhedron that contains triangular lateral faces with a common vertex and a polygonal base. On usually makikita natin diyan sa pyramid, okay, meron siya common vertex na tinatawag. And usually nasa top to, nasa tuktok. Then polygonal base siya. Okay? So ito po yung example niyan. Ano yung lateral face natin? Ano yung nag-enclose diyan sa pyramid na yan? Ito, 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 ito sa likod, then ito. Okay? Usually naka-shape yan sa triangle. Right? Then yung base niya is a polygon. It could be a triangle, it could be a square or rectangle, it could be a pentagon. Okay? And meron siyang common vertex sa taas, sa tuktok niya. Okay? Yan po yung tinatawag nating pyramid. And ano yung formula natin for the pyramid? That is equal to 1/3 times the area ng base times the height. Okay? Ito yung height niya ng pyramid. And for the area ng base naman, yan po yung area ng base natin. Depende kung anong klaseng polygon yung nasa base natin. Okay, pagdating sa halimbawa, yung base natin is a rectangle, length times width. So therefore, yung area po natin dyan sa base is equal to length times width. Right? Then kapag sa circle na, hindi circle, kapag triangle naman or square. Okay? So kapag square is, area natin sa square? Squared. So kapag triangle naman, ano yung natin sa triangle? 'Di ba? 1/2 base times height. Or meron naman tayo niyang formula. Derived formula pagdating sa equilateral or equiangular triangle. So usually kasi, regular polygon yung base natin dyan. Ano po? And usually kapag triangle yung base, most likely it is a an equilateral or an equiangular one. And for the lateral area naman, yung lateral area po. So para makuha natin yung lateral area, ipagsusumahin lang natin yung area ng triangle. Halimbawa, ito. Kunin natin yung area ng isang triangle dito sa isang face niya, then imumultiply natin sa kung ilang lateral face meron yung pyramid na yon. And for the total surface area naman, area base na nakuha natin plus the lateral area. Right? And for the cone naman, it is formed by a set of line segments connecting the apex to all the points on the circumference of the circular base that is in a plane that does not contain the apex. So, kapag sa cone naman, yung base natin dyan is circular. Okay, meron tayong apex na tinatawag, then ito yung lateral length natin. Okay? Itong part na to. Yan po yung L. Then, ito naman yung height, yung H. Okay? So, perpendicular po yan sa circular base, itong H natin. Okay? Magkaiba po yung H sa L, yung length niyan. Okay? And for the formula ng cone natin, volume, we have 1/3 times the area ng base, that is the area ng circle, pi r squared, times the height ng cone. Then for the lateral area natin, that is equal to pi r times dl. Okay? Then for the total surface area naman natin, that is equal to the area ng base, which is circular, plus the lateral area natin. That is equal to pi rl. Then for the frustums naman, okay, pyramid siya, pero tinanggalan mo ng top portion or tinapyasan mo siya ng top portion. And kapag tinapyasan natin, yan po yung tinatawag nating frustums. Okay? So, frustums occurs or happens when the top portion is removed in a pyramid or a cone by cutting a plane parallel to its base. So, dapat kapag kinat mo siya, ano? So, dapat yung cutting natin is parallel sa base. Okay? So yan, pag sa pyramid, ito yung magiging frustum natin. Kung makikita natin, kapag in-extend natin yan, makakabuo siya ng pyramid talaga, okay? But since tinapyasan natin siya, sa top portion, okay, magkakaroon na tayo ng dalawang base, right? Meron tayong lower base, ano? Label natin as area 2, then yung upper base natin, label natin as area 1. And alaman naman natin, kasi pataas yan eh. Pataas yung pyramid, di ba? Pag ganito. So kapag tinapyasan natin dyan, therefore, yung area natin sa lower is higher or is greater than the area natin sa upper. Okay? So, therefore, A2 is greater than A1. Right? And we have this formula for the frustums. We have V is equal to H over 3 where H is the height ng frustum. Ito. Ano? Times A1 plus A2 plus the square root of A1 plus A2. The next, we have the frustum of a cone naman. So, ganito naman pag sa cone. Okay? So, cone siya, tinapisan mo din sa top portion. Pero dapat yung pagkat natin should be parallel dun sa plane natin sa circular base. Okay? Yung direction natin ng hindi direction. So, yung pakaka-alignment natin ng circular base. So, dapat parallel siya mismo sa base. Okay? So, we have formula pagdating sa cone, V is equal to pi h over 3 times r1 squared plus r2 squared plus r1 plus r2. Okay? Wait lang. Okay, so may correction tayo dito. Yung volume natin sa frustum ng cone. Okay, so mali to. Plus R1 times R2. Okay, ganyan. Then for the lateral area naman, that is equal to pi times R1 plus R2 times the L. Okay, so ano yung L natin? Ito po yan. Okay, so ito yan, yung nakatabingi na yan. Yan po yung tinatawag nating L. Okay? So, yung R1 po natin, yan po yung radius sa upper part. Okay? R1. Then, ito naman yung R2 natin. Okay po? Then, truncated prism. It is a portion of a prism formed by passing a plane not parallel to the base and intersecting all the lateral edges. This solid has two non-parallel bases which are both polygons of the same number of edges. So, sa last slide natin, ano, 'di ba yung diniscuss ko is a frustum. Okay? So, a frustum ng pyramid or a cone. Pero anong mangyayari kapag yung cutting portion, yung cutting ano natin, okay? Yung orientation ng pag-cut natin is not parallel, okay, dun sa base. Ang mabubuo natin dyan is a truncated prism. Okay po? And usually hindi siya pyramid eh. Sa prism siya nangyayari. Okay? Kapag tinapyasan natin yung prism, okay, then hindi siya parallel dun sa pakakaano natin ng base. Okay, hindi siya parallel sa base yung pagcutting natin. Therefore, yung mabubuo natin is a truncated one. Okay, and yung mga base niya is not parallel. So ito, yung lower base natin, A sa B. 'Di ba? Kung makikita ninyo. Then ito yung upper base natin. So hindi siya parallel dito sa lower base. Right? And therefore, makakakuha tayo ng iba-ibang height. Okay, dito sa mga edges niya. Right? Sa mga lateral edges niya. So, iba yung formula natin pagdating sa mga volume and lateral surface area niya. Okay? Or total surface area. And for the volume, we have this formula. Area ng base, ito, kung makikita natin, regular polygon siya, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, hexagon, times the average height. So, paano natin makuha yung average height? So, average height natin, nakalagay ba dito? Wala. So, average height natin, that is equal to H1 plus H2 plus so on and so forth plus Hn times the number of lateral edges. So for example, dito we have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So hanggang H6 lang siya yung numerator divided by the number of lateral edges natin. So meron tayong isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, lima, anim. So we have 6. So we have 6 dito sa denominator, okay? So yan yung formula natin for the average height. Then for the total surface area, kukunin natin yung um, area dito sa ano, base, then dito sa taas, okay? Plus the lateral area. Okay? Which is yung area dito sa lateral edges natin. Okay? So next. So other solids tayo. So ano yung mga ibang solids natin? We have truncated cylinder. Okay? And cylinder siya, pero kinat natin siya sa taas. Okay? And kung makikita natin, hindi siya parallel dito sa base natin. So therefore, magkakaroon tayo ng difference in height. And yung formula natin for the volume, we have area ng base times the average height nito. So we have H1 plus H2 over 2. Next, for the prismatoid, okay? So, ano siya? Irregular solid siya, right? Ano? And makikita natin yung formula for the volume that is equal to the area 1, which is yung area ng base, plus 4 times area 2. Okay? So, yung area 2 natin, yan po yung pinaka-midsection nitong prismatoid. Okay? Pinakagitnang portion. So, kukunin natin yung cross-section yan. So, yan po yung A2 na tinatawag. Then, yung area 3 is yung area dito sa top. Okay, over 6 times yung height ng prismatoid. Okay? Then next, we have cylindrical wedge. So, ito po yan, yung portion na yan dito. Ano? So, we have this formula. V is equal to A1 plus 4A2 plus A3 over 6. Wherein, usually kasi, yung A1 saka A3 natin, equal na sa 0. So, therefore, yung matitira niyan, we have volume is equal to 4A2 over 6 times the height. Okay? So, for the sphere, so ano yung sphere natin? It is a round solid figure with every point on its surface equidistant from its center. Okay, yung sphere natin, it is a 3D equivalent of circle. So, kapag yung circle natin, ginawa natin siya 3D solid, sphere yung tawag dun. Okay? So, ito pa example natin ng sphere. Okay, so we have this radius, ano? So, yung tawag dito, yung length natin from the center ng sphere to any point dito sa surface ng sphere are all the same. Okay? So, yung value natin ng length dito or yung ng radius, equal siya. Okay? All throughout ng surface ng sphere. So, we have this formula. volume is equal to 4/3 times pi r cube. Yan po yung volume natin for the sphere. Then for the surface area naman natin, we have 4 pi r squared. Okay? Then for the spherical zone, it is a portion of the surface of a sphere included between two parallel planes. And usually, it may be thought as the lateral area ng spherical segment. So ito po yung example ng spherical zone natin. So meron tayong dalawang klase. First, we have the one base lang. Okay? And meron tayong dalawang base dito sa first case. Okay? Kung titingnan natin, ito yung unang base niya, denoted by this broken line na, no? So, area 1. Then, ito naman yung pangalawang base natin, area 2. Okay, pag sa spherical zone of one base, kung makikita natin, isa lang yung broken line. Okay, so therefore, isa lang yung base niya. And we have this corresponding formula for these two. Okay, we have area ng zone is equal to 2 pi r h. Okay? So, ayan. So, spherical segment, the solid defined by cutting a sphere or a ball with a pair of parallel planes. So, kanina, yung 2 pi r h, lateral surface area to. Pero pagdating sa volume, we have this formula. For the two base, we have V is equal to pi h over 6 times 3a squared plus 3b squared plus h squared. So, yung a po, yan po yung radius nitong lower base, okay? So, R1. Pwedeng R1 or A. Then, ito naman B, yan po yung radius ng pangalawang base natin. Okay? Tagalin lang natin itong R1. So, wait lang. Yan. Ano, radius yan ng lower base, then ito, radius ng upper base. Okay, we have this formula. V is equal to pi h over 6 times 3a squared plus 3b squared plus h squared. Where h yan po yung height difference itong dalawang base. Right? So, for the total surface area naman, we have 2 pi rh plus pi a squared plus pi b squared. Okay? Yung 2 pi rh po, yan po yung lateral surface area itong spherical segment na to. Okay? Then yung pi a squared plus pi b squared, yan po yung mga corresponding area ng base. Okay po? Then for the one base naman, so ito yung formula natin, V is equal to pi h squared over 3 times 3r minus h, where r po is yung radius ng circle. Then for the total surface area, we have 2 pi rh plus pi a squared. Okay po, ito yung tawag dito. Lateral surface area, yung naka-shade na yan, okay, nakapalibot yan sa sphere, okay? Then yung pi a squared naman natin, so yan po yung area ng base natin. Okay? So for the spherical sector, meron naman tayong formula dyan. Okay, yung area ng spherical sector, we have A is equal to pi r, where r is the radius ng sphere mismo, times 2h plus a plus b. Okay po. Then for the spherical cone naman, we have this formula. Volume is equal to 2/3 pi r squared times height. And for the area naman, we have pi r times 2h plus a. So, itong mga ano natin sa solid geometry or solid mensuration, more on ano lang siya eh. Ano ba tawag dito? Mga formula based lang. As long as you know the general formula sa prism, sa pyramids, sa mga spheres, kung as long as alam natin yung mga formulas, then dagdagan din natin ang concept ng ng plane geometry kasi involved din ito eh. Pag solve natin, involved pa rin yung plane geometry. So madali lang siya i-solve. Kaya natin mag-solve ng mga problems. Okay po. Then for the spherical wedge, so it is a solid formed by revolving a semicircle about its diameter by less than 360 degrees. So less than yung 360 degrees. Okay? And spherical nun naman, it is the curved out surface of the wedge. And it is a surface formed by revolving a semicircular arc about its diameter by less than 360 degrees. And ito yung example ng wedge and loon. So yung volume ng wedge, ito po yan. So parang siya, ang tawag dito, yung parang crescent, So, ito yung parang crescent, di ba? Pero, instead na ganito, ganito siya. Okay? So, parang kumuha kayo ng yung sa lemon, di ba? Usually, halimbawa, yung lemon, kukuha tayo ng portion yan, di ba? Parang nakaganyan siya. Or yung watermelon, di ba? Di ba, pagkakain kayo ng watermelon, di ba? Parang pag isi-slice natin yung buong watermelon, so makakabuo tayo ng ganitong shape. And yung volume niyan, ano? So, Yan po, yung same lang din sa volume ng spherical wedge. Okay, yung shape na yon ng mismong watermelon, so yun na yung tinatawag natin na wedge. Okay? Then yung sa watermelon naman, di ba? So, yung nasa loob niya, di ba, yung kinakain natin. Okay? Then yung surface niyan, okay, yung green, di ba? Yung green part, okay, yung balat, okay? Yun naman yung tinatawag nating lun. Okay po? So, ano formula natin para makuha natin yung volume ng wedge, then yung area ng lun. So, for the volume ng wedge, okay, we have this formula, volume ng wedge over volume ng sphere is equal to theta in degrees over 360 degrees. So, ano lang siya, ratio and proportion. Okay po? So, yung volume ng wedge over ng volume ng sphere, that is equal to theta in degrees over 360 degrees. Okay po? So, ito yung theta niyan. As you can see dito sa figure, wait lang. Listen natin yung, ito. Okay, so ito. Okay? So, yan yung theta natin. Okay, for the lune naman, we have area ng lune over area ng sphere is equal to theta in degrees over 360 degrees. Okay po? Then next, we have spherical, polygon, and ano ba to? Pyramids. Okay. So, sa spherical, polygon, and pyramids tayo. So, spherical, wedge, it is a solid form. Okay. It is a solid form by revolving a semicircle about its diameter by less than 360 degrees. So, yung area natin ng spherical polygon, we have this formula that is equal to pi r squared times E over 180 degrees. Okay? Where E is the sum of angles minus the quantity of n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Okay po. So, yung sum of angles yan, so paano natin makuha yung sum of angles? So, kukunin natin yung angle nito. So, parang pasok na siya sa concept ng spherical trigo. Right? Okay, then yung n naman, yan yung number of sides. Dito halimbawa ito, 1, 2, 3. So meron tayong tatlong sides. So therefore, tatlo yung gagamitin natin dyan. 3 minus 2 times 180 degrees. Okay, so kung makikita natin, para makakabuo tayo ng pyramid Kasi meron tayong apex dito or common point. Right? So yung R naman, yan po yung radius ng sphere. Okay, then for the spherical pyramid naman, okay, so yung kinukuha natin dito is yung area ng spherical polygon, which is ito. Okay? Pero pagdating sa pyramid, yung solid, buong solid na. Okay? So we have V is equal to pi r cube times E over 540 degrees. Okay po? Then for the platonic solids naman, meron tayong five most popular na platonic solids. We have tetrahedron, we have cube, octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron. So yung properties naman natin, so we have this Euler's polyhedron theorem. So pwede natin mapag-relate yung number of face, then yung number of vertices, then yung number of edges. Okay, so we have this formula, F plus V minus E is equal to 2. And for every polyhedron din, meron din tayong relationship. Okay, so we have two edges, ano, is equal to N times F, that is also equal to V times N, where N is the number of polygons meeting at a vertex. Okay, then yung N naman is yung number of sides ng polygon. Okay, then yan, yung formula natin for the volume ng platonic solids, that is equal to NFS cubed times tan D over 2 over 24 tan squared over 180 over N, where S, yan po yung length. Okay? Yung length po yung S natin. Okay? Yung length ng edges. Okay? Or yung sides ng polygon. And yung surface area naman, that is equal to NFS squared over 4 tangent ng 180 over N. And for the dihedral angle naman, yung dihedral angle, di po yan, okay? So, yan po yung angle of intersection ng dalawang planes natin. Okay po. So, we have this formula, sine d over 2 is equal to cosine 180 over m over 4 tangent ng 180 over n. Then, sa paraboloid naman, paraboloid of revolution, so, ano na siya? Parang parabola, then, nirotate mo siya, So, nirotate mo siya. So, ano yung volume natin dito? So we have V is equal to 1 half pi r squared times H, where R is the radius ng circular base natin. Then yung h is yung height ng parabola. Okay? Then for the lateral area naman, so medyo mahaba ba siya? So we have lateral area is equal to 4 pi r squared over 3h squared times the quantity of r squared over 4 plus h squared raised to 3 half minus r over 2. Okay? Times cube. Okay? Then, for the for the ellipsoids and torus naman tayo. So yung ellipsoids, oblong shape siya, pero 3D. Okay? So we have this formula, V is equal to 4 third pi ABC. Then meron tayong dalawang klase niyan. So ay dalawang case, special case. So we have this prolate spheroid, then oblate. So ayan, ellipsoid and torus. So yan yung formula natin for the ellipsoid. So meron tayong dalawang special case, prolate saka oblate. For the prolate spheroid, ito yung formula natin, V is equal to 4 third pi times AB squared. And ito naman sa oblate, we have V is equal to 4 third pi A squared B. So ano yung makikita natin dito? Okay, may na-notice pa kayo? So kung titingnan natin, okay, yung shape ng oblate, kung titingnan natin dito sa formula, so instead na C, okay, B squared siya. Therefore, meron yung, yung dimensions niya sa either, may dalawang, dimensions siya sa X or Z, or either Y or Z, na same lang. Okay, same lang yung length or same lang yung dimension. So kung titingnan natin yung shape niya, dito sa prolate, ganito siya eh. Para siya yung rugby ball, di ba? Okay. So ito. So 3D yan. Okay. So ito B. Then itong part na to, B rin yan. Then ito sa taas, that is equal to A. Okay, then for the oblate naman, tabingi siya. Okay, pag ganito naman yan. Okay. So ito, then ito, then ito. Okay, ito, A siya. Wait lang. So same lang dimensions dito, A, and B. Okay? So for the torus naman, so sa torus, okay, parang donut siya, ano? So ito naman yung formula natin sa torus. Okay? So V is equal to 2 pi squared times R squared. Okay, yung R, it is a radius from the center mismo ng torus dito hanggang sa midsection niya. Okay, then yung R naman, na small r, yung radius siya from the midsection nito. Okay, kasi yung cross section yan, circle din. Ito, circle din yan, guys. Okay, na ni-revolve mo lang siya at a certain axis. Okay, ni-revolve mo lang siya. Okay po, so from the midsection hanggang sa outermost surface nitong torus. Okay? Then for the lateral area, we have this formula. LA is equal to 4 pi squared times R, yung malaking R times the small r. Okay, for the similar solids, meron tayo ditong relationship, So, doon sa previous lecture natin, meron tayong similar polygons. We have uh, A times the A is equal to X over yung malaking X squared. Okay, pagdating sa similar solids, since we're dealing with volumes, so we have small volume over large volume is equal to X over X cube. Okay po. So let's try to solve some problems na. So problem 1, the numerical value of the volume of a cube is equal to its total surface area. Then find the edge. Okay po, so paano yan natin isosolve? So meron tayong cube. Okay? And i-label natin yung sides niya as A. And we're about to find the edge natin dyan. Okay po? So ano yung volume natin for the cube? V is equal to A cube. Then how about yung surface area natin? That is equal to 6A squared. Then sabi dito sa problem, yung numerical value ng volume is equal to the numerical value ng surface area. So therefore, ipag-equate natin itong volume sa surface area. Okay? Then, hanapin natin yung numerical value ng edge niyan. So we have A cube is equal to 6A squared. Solve for A, we have 6 units. Okay, so ganyan lang kadali sa problem 1. Next, problem 2. A solid material is in the form of a rectangular parallel pipe 4 feet times 6 feet times 8 feet. And the solid is cut completely to form cubes 1 feet times 1 feet times 1 feet. How many cubes will there be? Okay po, so meron daw tayong rectangular parallel pipe. Ano yung dimensions niya? 4 feet, 6 feet times 8 feet. Then, out of this rectangular parallel pipe, gagawa tayo ng form cubes, ng cubes. So, paano natin gagawin? Ikakat natin siya. Okay, yung rectangular parallel pipe natin into a dimensions of 1 feet times 1 feet times 1 feet. So, paano natin yan isa-solve? Okay. And yung inanap is yung how many cubes daw yung mabubuo natin out of this rectangular parallel pipe. So, solution natin, una, compute natin yung volume ng rectangular parallel pipe. So, we have volume is equal to 4 feet times 6 feet times 8 feet. We have 192 cubic foot. Then next, kukunin natin yung volume of cube. So, we have volume ng cube is equal to 1 feet times 1 feet times 1 feet. So, we have 1 cubic feet. Then next, so, para makuha natin yung number of cubes, i-divide natin yan sa volume ng rectangular parallel pipe divided by the volume ng cube. So we have 192 over 1. So we have 192 pieces. Okay? Ibig sabihin, 192 daw na cubes yung mabubuo. Okay? Diyan sa rectangular parallel pipe, kapag yung dimension ng cube natin is 1 feet times 1 feet times 1 feet. Or 1 by 1 by 1. Okay po? Next, problem 3. A circular cylinder with a volume of 6.54 cubic meter is circumscribed about a right prism whose base is an equilateral triangle of side 1.25 meter. And what is the altitude of the cylinder? So, paano natin yan i-illustrate? So, meron daw tayong circular cylinder, ano? So, ito, meron tayong circular cylinder dyan. Okay. Then, so, alam naman natin yung cylinder natin, circular base yan. Then, sa loob niyan, meron daw tayong right prism. Okay? So, right prism, so paano ba yan? So, dito sa loob niyan, okay? So, meron tayong triangle yung ano niyan eh. Kasi equilateral triangle yung mga base niya. Okay? So, ito. So, yan. Sa loob niyan, sa loob ng cylinder, meron tayong right prism. Okay? Nakikita niyo naman yung prism, di ba? So, yung prism niyan, ganito siya. Yung base niya, equilateral yan. Okay? Then, right prism pa. Di ba? So, right prism pa. So, ibig sabihin ng right prism, perpendicular siya sa base. Okay? Then, yung equilateral natin, same lang yung dimensions ng mga sides niya. Okay? 1.25, 1.25, 1.25. Okay? Then, yung check natin yan, naka-circumscribe yan dyan. Right? Ito yung base ng cylinder. Okay? Kung titingnan natin yung portion na to, okay? So, we have this radius. Okay? Radius na circle. Right? So, ayan. So, continue natin. Solution, let S is equal to 1.25 meter. Yan po yung sides nung base ng equilateral triangle. Then let R is the radius ng cylindrical base. So, gawa tayo. Ito yung base ha. Base nitong cylinder. Then, ito rin yung base ng prism. Okay? So, we have S that is equal to 1.25. Then, meron tayong radius. Okay? Then, lagay tayo ng theta. Kasi magagamit natin yan. Okay? Para makuha yung radius natin. Okay? Meron tayong given na S. Pero ano yung R? Kasi gagamitin natin yung R para makuha yung ma-relate natin sa volume ng cylinder. Okay? Then, ano yung volume natin sa cylinder? V is equal to pi r squared times h. Kasi yung inanap is yung h, altitude ng cylinder. Ito. Ito. Di ba? So, para makuha yan, kailangan natin ng radius. Meron tayong given na volume. Para makuha natin yung radius, gagamit tayo nito. Okay? So, para makuha yung radius, kailangan din natin yung theta. Okay, so paano natin makuha yung theta? So, alam naman natin, di ba? Paano ba to? So, ito, lagay ito pa tayo ng line. So, itong buong, ano na to, ikot na to, that is equal to 360 degrees. Okay? So, since we have equilateral triangle, right? So, i-divide natin yan sa 3 kasi equal parts lang to eh. So, theta, wait lang, ayusin natin para malinaw. Ito. Cut tayo dito. So ito, that is equal to theta. That is also equal to theta. Okay? Divide natin siya into three equal parts. Three equal angles. Okay? So we have theta is equal to 360 divided by 3. So we have 120 degrees. So nakuha na natin yung theta. Next, using cosine law, pwede natin makuha yung R. Ano kasi makakita tayo ng triangle dyan? Ito. Diba? Okay? So pwede natin yung ma-relate yung tatlong variables na yan, S, R, and theta using cosine law. So we have 1.25 cube is equal to R squared plus R squared minus 2R squared cosine 120. Solving for R, we have 0.7217 meter. Next, solve na natin yung H using this formula. Meron na tayong R eh. Meron din tayong given na volume ng cylinder. So we have V is equal to 6.54 pi R squared times height. Okay? Solve for H per meter. Diba? So, ganun lang siya. So, madali-dali lang siya as long as alam nyo kung paano kalikutin yung mga given dito sa problems na to. Okay? And dapat meron tayong deep understanding sa mga formulas and kung paano gagamitin yung mga formulas. Right? Next, problem 4. The volume of two spheres are in the ratio 27 is to 343 and the sum of their radii is 10. Find the ratio of the surface area of the bigger sphere to the smaller sphere. So meron tayo ditong dalawang spheres with different volumes pero similar silang dalawa. Okay? Yung volume 1 natin 27, yung malaki is 343. Yan yung ratio nila ng volumes. So let V1 is equal to 27 and V2 is equal to 343. Okay? Ano yung formula natin for similar solids? So we have this one. V1 over V2, yung common na dimensions nila is true radius. So we have R1 cube is over R2 cube. Substitute natin yung V1 and V2. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang variables. So makakreate tayo ng equation dyan. Okay, 27 is equal to 3 cube, then 343 is equal to 7 cube. Okay, so tanggalin natin yung cube niya. Okay, so we have R1 over R2 is equal to 3 over 7. Then, isolate natin yung R1. So we have this first equation, R1 is equal to 3 over 7 R2. Okay po. Then meron tayo dito pangalawang statement, the sum of the radii is 10. So therefore, kapag pinag-add natin yung R1 saka R2, that is equal to 10. So meron tayo second equation. Diba? Then, substitute natin yung equation 1 sa equation 2. So we have R1 is equal to 37 R2 plus R2 is equal to 10. Solve for R2, we have 7, then R1 is equal to 3. Then next, find the ratio of surface area ng bigger sphere to smaller sphere. So we have 4 pi R2 squared over 4 pi R1 squared. So yan yung formula natin for the surface area, right? Then, ano pa? So we have, kakancel out natin yung 4 pi, saka yung 4 pi dyan sa taas sa kababa. Okay? So matitira na lang natin yung R2 squared saka R1 squared. Okay, substitute natin yung mga values yan. R2, R1, 7 squared, then 3 squared. That is equal to 49 over 9. And yan yung answer po natin sa problem 4. Okay? Next. Problem 5. The ratio of the surface area ng sphere A to the surface area of sphere B is 4. And also the ratio of the volume ng sphere B sa volume ng sphere C is 3. Then find the ratio of the volume ng sphere A sa volume ng sphere C. So, paano natin yan isusolve? So, let S is the surface area. Ito nangyari. Yun. So, yung ratio daw ng surface area ng sphere A sa surface area ng sphere B is equal to 4:1. So, gawin natin siya in terms of fraction. So, SA, formula natin dyan, that is equal to 4 pi RA squared over 4 pi RB squared is equal to 4 over 1. Then, cancel out natin itong 4 pi. So, matitira natin RA squared over RB squared. So, 4 over 1, 4 lang yan. So, yan. Isolate natin. So, manipulate natin yung formula. So, we have RA over RB squared, yung quantity niya is equal to 4. Okay? Then, we have RA over RB is equal to 2. Kasi, aalisin natin yung niya, exponent. Okay? This is square root natin dito sa right side na equation. So, matitira, square root of 4, we have 2. Then, meron na tayong first equation. So, we have to isolate RA. Okay? So, express natin yung RA in terms of RB. Okay? Okay na tayo dito. Then, yung second statement, the ratio of the volume ng sphere B to the volume of sphere C is 3. So, take note, volume na. Okay, so ang formula natin for the volume, 4 third pi r cube B over 4 third pi r cube C is equal to 3:1. Alisin natin yung mga constant dyan. Matitira natin, r cube B over r C cube is equal to 3. Okay? Then, RB over RC cube is equal to 3. Then, alisin natin yung exponent. So, if we have RB over RC is equal to the cube root of 3, then, express natin yung C in terms of B. Okay? 1 over the cube root of 3. Okay? So, ang hinanap is yung volume ng sphere A to the volume of sphere C. Yung ratio niya. Okay? So, we have 4 third pi R A cube over 4 third pi R C cube. Alisin natin yung constant. Yan yung matitira. Then, meron na tayong expression ng R in terms of RB. So, alisin natin yung constant na yun, ano, para makuha natin yung ratio. Okay? Yung numerical. So, we have 2RB over 1 cube root, 1 over cube root ng RB. Okay? Cube. So, ang mangyari dyan, kasi parang shortcut tayo dito, inalis natin yan. Then, ang ginawa natin is, dinistribute natin yung exponent dyan. Okay? So, we have 2 cube over yung cube nitong 1 over cube root ng 3. So, we have 24 over 1. Okay? So, yan. Yan yung answer natin for problem 5. Okay na? Problem 6. A truncated prism with a square base has a volume of 2,000 cubic meter. And its vertical edges are 7 meter by 7 meter. Hindi siya 7 meter by 7 meter. Wait lang. Kama yan. 7 meter, 7 meter, 10 meter, and 10 meter consecutively. Find its base area. So, paano natin yan? Draw tayo na truncated prism. Yun. So, kikita natin yung base niya, which is ito, ano, square po yan. So, equal yung sides niya. Okay? Equal po yung sides yan. So, let HA natin equal to 7, HB is equal to 7, H is equal to 10, HD is equal to 10. So, nag-cut tayo dyan, ano, ito yung portion ng upper base natin. So, hindi na siya parallel. Okay, doon sa lower base natin, which is square base. Okay, so therefore, truncated na to. Okay, kunin na muna natin yung average height. We have 7 plus 7. So we have 7 plus 7 plus 10 over 4. So we have 8.5 yung average height niya. Then, solve natin yung base area. So we have, given naman na yung volume ng truncated prism natin eh. That is equal to 2,000. Is equal to A base times average height. Solving for the area ng base. Sinubstitute lang natin yung each of natin is 8.5. So we have area ng base, we have 235.29 square meter. Okay? Next. Problem 7, a mixture compound of equal parts of two liquids, yung isa white, then yung isa black, was placed in a hemispherical bowl. Okay, the total depth of the two liquids is 6 inches. So, yung total depth nun ng dalawang liquids na yon, that is equal to 6 inches. Then, after standing for a short time, the mixture separated. So, naghiwalay yung mixture. Okay? So, yung white liquid daw, ano nasa ilalim ng black. Okay? And if the thickness of the black liquid is 2 inches, okay, find the radius of the bowl. Okay? So, meron tayong given na thickness ng black liquid. Okay? After mag-settle nung white liquid, okay, sa baba ng black, okay, nakuha natin yung thickness ng black liquid that is equal to 2. Okay? So, since meron tayong total depth dito na 6 inches, so nakakuha na tayo agad ng ano dito. So, we have thickness ng white liquid that is equal to 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2, we have 4 inches, right? So, illustrate natin para mas maintindihan. So, ayan. So, yung sa taas, ito portion na to. Yan po yung black mixture. Then ito naman yung white liquid. Hindi black mixture, black liquid. So, ito sa baba, nag-settle down dyan yung white liquid. Okay? So, meron tayong total depth niyan that is equal to 6 inches. So, since 2 inches given, yung sa black liquid, so therefore, yung white natin is 4 inches. Okay? So, solution natin, recall natin yung mga formula. So, kapag one base, we have V is equal to pi h squared over 3 times 3r minus h. Then, for the two base naman na spherical segment, we have V is equal to pi h over 6 times 3a squared plus 3b squared plus h squared. Okay? So, yung a and b, as I said do sa previous sa lectures natin, lecture part, so yan po yung radius ng dalawang bases natin. For the two base yan. Okay? So, continuation natin. Okay? VB, VW, 6 inches, 4 inches. So, we have volume ng mixture is yung sum ng white liquid sa black liquid. Then, nag-come up tayo dito. V white is equal to black. Bakit? Tingnan natin yung previous lecture na, yung problem. So, equal parts of two liquids. So, therefore, yung volume ng white liquid natin should be the same din sa volume ng black. So, dapat magkapareho silang volume. Okay? So, that is why nakakaram up tayo sa ganitong equation, okay, or relationship. V white is equal to V black. So therefore, pwede na natin i-substitute dito sa V mixture. So therefore, V mixture natin, that is equal to 2 V white, okay? Huwag na natin pahirapan yung sarili natin. Ano? Kapag nag-solve tayo ng volume ng 2 base, so mahirap. So that's why, resort na lang tayo dito. Ano? Sa 1 base lang kasi mas maikli, di ba, yung formula. Balik tayo dito. Yun. So, yung V mixture natin, okay, kung titingnan natin, we have pi over 6 squared, okay? So, ano yung 6 na yan? Yan po yung height, okay? So, yung consider natin dyan is yung kabuuan muna na mixture, okay? So, yung volume niyan, ng buong mixture, that is equal to pi h squared. So, yung height niya 6 times 3r minus 6 is equal to 2 times pi, okay? Yung sa white liquid na lang, okay? Itong 1 base, spherical segment with 1 base. Pi 4 squared over 3 times 3r minus 4. Solve for r, we have 7.33 inches. So, yan po yung radius ng hemispherical bowl natin. Yan yung answer natin for problem 7. Okay? Next. Okay, yung area base naman natin. Ano yan? Parang nakopy ko ata dito sa previous. Okay. So, nakopy ko siya sa previous problem. So, hindi yun kasali, ano? So, ano na lang. Hindi yun kasali sa problem. Na-copy ko lang sa problem 6. Okay, problem 8 tayo. So, find the volume of a regular tetrahedron if all edges measure 9 cm. So, meron tayo dito tetrahedron, then yung edge niya, yung length ng edges niya is equal to 9 cm. Solving for the volume niya, so we have this formula for the volume ng regular tetrahedron that is equal to a cube over 6 square root of 2. So, a natin 9, substitute natin, solving for v, we have 85.91 cubic centimeter. Okay po? Next, problem 9. A right circular cone has a radius of 1.2 meter at the top and an altitude of 4.8 meter. Then it contains oil at a depth of 2.4 meter. What will be the depth of oil if the cone is inverted? So, first case, yung cone natin, pag ganito, nakapatiwarik siya. So, meron tayong radius niyan, ano, ng 1.2 meter sa top. Then, yung altitude niya is 4.8 meter. Then, meron siyang, oil at a depth of 2.4 meter. So, yung measurement natin, mag-start tayo dito sa bottom, ano? Kasi, parang pinur natin yan ng oil, binusa natin ng oil, di ba? So, due to gravity, mag-iipon yan galing sa baba, pataas. Okay? So, 2.4 ito, 4.8. Then, yung radius, 1.2. Okay? Then, ano yung radius nitong oil natin? Okay? Dito sa part na to. Okay? What will be the depth of oil if the cone is inverted? So, kapag binaliktad natin yan, ano daw yung magiging lalim ng oil na yon, okay? So kapag binaliktad natin ito, so yung circular base na nandito na sa baba, yung apex sa taas na, okay? So itong case muna, yung ano natin, 4.8, 1.2, 2.4, then assign tayo ng variable r dito, okay? The next, okay? Using ratio and proportion. So paano ba to? So ang tinutukoy natin dito na ratio and proportion, yung paggamit natin ng similar triangles. Okay? So makikita natin, so gagawa tayo ng linya about the center dito. Okay? So makakabuo tayo ng dalawang triangle. So ito yung first triangle, di ba? Then yung second triangle natin is ito. Right? Yung malaki triangle. Okay? So they are both similar. Okay? So these two triangles are similar. Okay? So we have R over 2.4 that is equal to 1.2 over 4.8. So for R, we have 0.6. So nakuha na natin yung 0.6, yung R. Okay? Then, pwede na natin makuha yung, ano ba? Yung volume ng oil saka volume ng cone. Okay? Solve muna natin yung volume ng cone. That is equal to 1/3 pi r squared. We have 1.2 squared times yung height niya, 4.8. Then, solve for the volume ng cone. We have 7.238 cubic meter. Then, for the volume ng oil naman, itong small cone na to, okay, we have 1/3 pi r squared times h. Okay, that is equal to 1/3 pi 0.6 squared times 2.4. So, we have 0.905 cubic meter. Okay? Then, compute natin yung air. Okay? Yung volume ng air. Okay? Ito part na to. So, parang frustum siya. Okay? Frustum ng cone. Okay? That is equal to volume ng cone minus volume ng small. So, that is equal to 7.238 minus 0.905. That is equal to 6.333 cubic meter. Okay? So, yan yung volume ng air natin. So, bakit natin kailangan yung volume ng air? So, makikita natin yan dito. So, kapag binaliktad, so ito yung volume ng air, ano? Then ito yung volume ng oil. So, kung kayong papipiliin, ano yung mas madali? Pag-compute ng frustum or pag-compute ng cone? 'Di ba yung pag-compute ng cone, pagdating sa formula, 'di ba? So that's why, ano kung makikita natin yung volume ng oil, ano yung na-occupy niya na shape is in a frustum na. So therefore, it would be difficult for you to solve that. Ano? That's why, kinompute natin yung volume ng air kasi yung ma-occupy niya na shape dito sa taas is in a shape of cone, right? So, paano ba yan? So, meron tayo 4.8, 1.2, yung radius nito. 4.8, 1.2, radius dito sa circular base. Then, unknown tayo dito. So, another R to. Ano? So, gawa tayo ng similar triangles ulit. So, ito yung first triangle, yung small. Ano? Then, ito yung larger triangle natin. So, H ito. Okay? So, ang hinanap dyan is yung H mamaya. Okay? The next, volume ng air, na-compute na natin yan. Okay? So, using R and P, so relate natin. So, 4.8 over 1.2 is equal to D over R. Okay? Ano yan? Yung ratio ng altitude or height sa radius. Okay? So, express natin yung R in terms of D. So, we have R is equal to 0.25 D. Okay? Galing lang yan dito. So, yung volume ng air natin, alam naman natin. Okay? Volume ng cone. Ito. Itong portion na to, diba? Yung na-occupy ng air na yan. That is equal to 1/3 pi r cube ay pi r squared times the depth, okay, or D. So we have 6.3333. Nakuha natin yan sa previous slide. That is equal to 1/3 pi times, substitute natin yung R in terms of D. 0.25 D squared times D. Solve for D. 4.591. Then makukuha natin yung H. Paano? So isusubtract natin yung 4.591 dito sa 4.8. Okay? So we have H is equal to 4.8 minus D or 4.591. So we have D. Ba't ay lumabas? Okay, 0.21 liters. Okay po, so ganun lang. Okay, medyo mahababa pero solvable naman. Basta alam niyo kung paano kalikutin yung problems. Right? So, problem 10. Find the radius of the spherical wedge whose volume is 12 cubic meter with a central angle of 1.8 radians. So, solution for spherical wedge. Ano, so hindi ko na ilagay yung formula ng spherical wedge dito. Ano, yung volume. So, pwedeng through ano, ano bang tawag dito? Pwedeng through yung ratio and proportion ano, ng volumes ng wedge sphere saka yung theta saka degrees 360 or pwedeng ganito. Formula gamitan natin. So we have V wedge is equal to 2/3 ng theta rad times R cube. Okay? So ayan. So we have 12 is equal to 2/3 times 1.8 times R cube. Okay, solving for R, we have 2.15 meter. Okay po. The next, problem 11. A solid has a circular base 40 centimeter in diameter. Find the volume of the solid if every section perpendicular to a certain diameter is an isosceles right triangle with hypotenuse lying in the base. So, paano ba yan? So, meron tayong solid na circular base siya. Okay, so itong part na to, so circular po yan, ano? So, medyo hindi lang siya realistic na circle, pero circle po yan. Okay? Pag tiningnan mo siya sa taas, okay? bilog po yan. Okay? Then, yung section daw ng solid na yun na perpendicular dito, halimbawa, ito yung mata mo, ito yung mata mo. So, titingnan mo siya, yung cross-section niyan, mga triangles daw po yan, isosceles right triangles. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin ng isosceles right triangle? So, to equal sides, then sabi daw, yung hypotenuse, yung longest side nandito. And since right triangle siya, so therefore, 90-degree angle yan dito. So, we have two equal sides, then ito yung hypotenuse natin. Okay? So, yan, solid po yan, So, paano ba yan? So at tawag dito at middle part okay? So at middle part itong middle part nito So kailangan kasi natin 'yan, 'di ba? Kung titingnan natin kasi dito sa kung i-analyze natin itong problem. So yung mapoproduce natin na solid dito is a prismatoid. So alam naman natin yung formula sa prismatoid, 'di ba? So V is equal to A1 plus A 4AM plus A2 over 6 times the height. Okay. So, yan. At the middle part, okay? So, at A1, kung titingnan natin, wala dyan triangle. Almost zero yung area dyan. Okay? So, ma-cancel out yan. Then, dito sa middle part, so, we have 40. Kasi ito, 40 yan. Diameter yan ng circle ito. Ito lang yan, pag tiningnan mo siya sa taas. Okay? Diameter po yan. Ito. So, kaya 40 dito. Okay? Then, yung side niya, ito, saka ito, okay? Denote natin as x or label natin as x. So, using Pythagorean theorem, kasi kung titingnan natin, perpendicular yan. So, kapag nirotate natin yan, parang ganito lang yan. So, ito yung hypotenuse, 40. Ito yung x, ito yung x. Okay, so therefore, using Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus x squared is equal to 40 squared. Then, solve for x, we have 28.284. Then, pwede na natin makuha yung area dito sa midsection na to. Okay? That is equal to 1 half x squared. Okay? 1 half base times height lang to. 1 half base times height. Okay? Area ng triangle. So we have 1 half times 28.284 squared. Then we have 400. Okay? Then pwede na natin makuha yung um, tawag dito, volume ng solid using prismatoid formula. So we have V is equal to 4A1 plus 4AM plus A2. Okay? Plus A2 plus times 6. Over 6 pala times H. Okay? So, kinukuha natin dyan yung H. Ito. Ito yung H natin. That is equal to 40 meters. So, kung matatandaan nyo kasi, di ba, doon sa lecture natin, di ba? So, gumawa ako ng prismatoid doon eh. Parang ganito yung form niya. So, ito yung base. Ito yung dulo, tapos ito yung A2. Okay? So, parang binaliktad mo lang siya. Pinahiga mo. So, ito yung H kasi. Okay? Kaya dito, pahiga siya. Kasi yung orientation natin ng cross-section dito is pataas. Pero dito kasi, horizontal. So, therefore, yung H natin is pahiga. Okay? So, naintindihan nyo na kung paano natin nakuha yung H. Okay? So, baka isipin nyo kasi na H, is yung ito. Which is mali. Okay? So, dapat H natin, bakit 40? Kasi, circle nga ito eh. As I said, di ba? Ito. Circle yan. So, hindi lang siya parang hindi siya realistic circle dito sa figure. Pero, kapag tiningnan mo siya sa taas, 40 ito, ano, then ito, 40. So, itong na to, ito yan. Tapos ito rin yan. Okay? So, ayan. So, solving for prismatoid, yung A1 sa A2 natin, 0 yan, Tapos AM nakuha na natin. V is equal to 10,666.67 cubic meter. So, that's it. So, dyan nagtatapos yung lecture natin sa solid geometry. So, I hope parami kayong natutunan, guys, sa lecture natin for today. Then, ayun, kindly solve na lang yung mga practice problems natin. Meron naman dun mga answer keys. Okay, and if you have questions pagdating dun sa practice problems or dito mismo sa lecture. So, don't hesitate na mag-chat po sa GC. So, ayan, thank you sa pakikinig. Goodbye and again, good morning.